Hello, everyone. We continue to try to put as much shalom as we can into our Shabbat as we move into the Torah portion called Bo. It is the second Torah portion that discusses the plagues that fall onto Egypt. This week, we get the last three plagues: the locusts, the darkness, and the death of the firstborn. As we continue, like I said, into our text, and as we continue the now well over 100 days of war with Hamas and the non-return of so many of the captive, it continues to be a very dark place for us and our community, for us to navigate in this space. It's a dark and difficult time for all of us. I'll add that in the darkness this weekend, tomorrow specifically, the 20th is the anniversary of the Wannsee conference that took place, particularly meeting with the SS officers during the Holocaust. And it was from that conference that the final solution was put together. And that is again, anniversary of that is tomorrow. And so we are very much in this darkness, in this dark time. And it's quite complicated for us, mixing this idea of atrocities that are being done to our people versus currently versus the atrocities that are very much in the very not too distant past, unfortunately. But I want us to talk about also the darkness in this week's Torah portion, the darkness that fell on to the Egyptians. Some commentary says that the Israelites actually had light while the Egyptians had darkness. There's some complication in the language, but still there is a darkness. But the question on this plague is this: you really can't control, one could not really control a lot of the functionality within the other plagues. If there were frogs, there are just frogs everywhere, and there's nowhere to control that. If there was lice, there's just lice. There's just lice everywhere. If there was some kind of a cattle disease, then there was cattle disease. But darkness is interesting in that we can control darkness. We have power over darkness, actually. We have the ability, and even in the period that we talk about in our text, all the way in the biblical period, there's control over darkness. There's control over our darkness that we have every day, even just regular physical darkness in our homes. We have more technology, clearly, but a candle works just as well for us to dispel darkness. So we have control over it. So it's interesting that there was darkness that existed, even though there was power in some way to dispel it. And so maybe it wasn't just a physical darkness. Maybe it was an internal darkness. Maybe it was a darkness that was chosen to take on, that it was maybe something that the Egyptians were just feeling, and they put themselves into that darkness. Maybe when we allow ourselves to go to these difficult places, we bring on the darkness for ourselves too. Because physically, once again, we have the power to dispel it. It's one of the few of the plagues that we have really full power over. And so on this Shabbat, I invite us to dispel the darkness, the physical darkness, meaning add light, physical light into our life, add physical life into our lives, but also not allow the darkness to completely overtake us. There's a lot of darkness in our Jewish worlds right now. Like I mentioned, this anniversary of the Wannsee conference and the situation in Israel. But if we let the darkness overtake us, That's the problem. So let's find ways to be light. Let's find ways to bring light into our lives, into our community, for our families, and of course for our brothers and sisters in Israel, so that we can help to dispel darkness, both internally, both within our people, and also physically. And so I wish us luck to do that, to continue to bring that light. Services, a great opportunity to be in the light and to be with community and to dispel darkness. Tonight, 6:30, as always, and tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. with our service and Torah study. Look forward to seeing you soon. Look forward to bringing forth light and, of course, bringing as much shalom into our Shabbat as we can.